Hi, I'm John Davis, and this is Motor Week. Join us for a dynamic road test of Jaguar's latest XF sedan. Pat Goss has the positives and negatives on RV wiring. Stephanie Hart finds a cool vintage car club to hang with in LA. Plus, we'll get frugal and functional with Hyundai's Santa Fe hybrid utility. So come drive with us next.
Motor Week, television's original automotive magazine, brought to you by...
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has helped people tackle mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial fields. From our original 4 core products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, Lucas Oil has developed over 400 custom products to help both professionals and do-it-yourselfers. To learn more, visit lucasoil.com. Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive.
You're shopping for tires online and you have questions.
I do.
We're TireRack.com and we have answers and tools to help.
Like our tire decision guide. It's, take a look.
TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
Jaguar may be down to just one sedan in their now mostly SUV lineup, but that doesn't mean they're neglecting their 4-door faithful and their heritage. For 2021, the second generation XF gets new styling, new technologies, and very likely more than a few new fans. The luxury segment's transition from sedans to utility vehicles is a done deal, but in many gated community driveways, there's certainly room for both. Jaguar hopes a revamped midsize XF 4-door will make them the choice for that spot and keep their legendary sedan business going a while longer. We'll start with the interior, where the updates are most noticeable and much appreciated. More than just a makeover, just about everything, including dash, console, and door panels, are completely new. Materials are also different, ratcheting up the indulgence quotient with burl ash wood, nicer leather, and laser-etched speaker covers for the Meridian surround sound system. They've even gone as far as eliminating the pop-up rotary drive selector, replacing it with a more traditional-looking shifter with cricket ball stitching. It feels very spacious, and the front seats offer a great mix of softness and support. Both rear seat legroom and the huge trunk with up to 19.1 cubic feet of space are above average for the segment. Updated infotainment is JAG's PV Pro system, which features an 11.4-inch curved glass touchscreen. It's still not the most user-friendly, but it does look impressive. Other tech highlights include the ClearSight camera display rear-view mirror, head-up windshield display, and panoramic sunroof with a blind that you can open with just a wave of the hand. The XF was already plenty quiet, but hits a new level with improved active road noise cancellation. As for the outside, both front and rear fascias have been tweaked. The grille gets a little bigger, the headlights a little slimmer, and the back end gets a tad more expressive, drawing ever more influence from JAG's F-Type. The R Dynamic SE swaps some of the chrome embellishments for sporty gloss black and comes with 19-inch wheels. These split-spoke 20s are just one of the many wheel upgrades available. When this generation XF arrived for 2016, it brought a new aluminum architecture, which enabled a big improvement in ride and handling. Something we looked forward to exploring as we rolled into our Mason-Dixon Dragway testing grounds. Despite a soft suspension and a little more roll than we'd like, the all-wheel drive R Dynamic SE clings to the pavement with proficiency. We pushed harder and harder to find its limits, always waiting for some understeer or oversteer to show up. Instead, we just found more and more grip. It just felt so great hustling through the cones in a world-class sedan again. All XFs now come with a 2-liter i4 turbo engine, but there are 2 different tunes. Standard output for rear-wheel drive is 246 horsepower. Our Dynamic gets bumped up to 296, along with 295 pound-feet of torque, and comes equipped with all-wheel drive. It was a little subdued at launch, this four-banger certainly not having the character of Jag supercharged V6, but a 0 to 60 of 6.6 seconds is nicely satisfactory for a luxury sedan. The 8-speed automatic transmission operates with typical Jaguar smoothness and provides timely shifts on the way to a 15.2-second quarter mile at 90 miles per hour. In our braking tests, the XF felt very soft, but despite minor fade, our average stopping distance from 60 of just 114 feet was quite good. Jaguar has also streamlined the decision process, slimming the lineup down to just 3 offerings, starting with rear drive S trim at $45,145. This top R Dynamic SE goes for $51,145, with SE in the middle at $48,245. Jaguar still has plenty of fans out there, many of whom remain traditionally minded and are not willing to give up their sedan just yet. This 2021 Jaguar XF should do a lot more than just keep them happy for a while. It might even convince a few more people to return to sedan civility. There's a car club in Southern California that is comprised entirely of women enthusiasts. They not only celebrate vintage cars, but also the women who drove them. And they do that by giving back. Our Stephanie Hart has their inspirational story.
It's a lot more than driving around vintage cars and looking cool and having fun while doing so. The ladies in the car club drive their vintage cars around to fundraisers they organize and host for women suffering from cancer.
It's a 1941 Chevy Master Deluxe. I've had it for 11 years.
Pat Garcia-Saldana is the president of the Vintage Ladies Car Club, and over the years, her car has won a lot of trophies.
I love it. And when we're going by, they're giving us thumbs up.
But she says nothing compares to the feeling she gets from helping women in need during the car club's fundraisers. Other members agree.
At the end of the day, it is a lot of work, but when you see the gratitude that they have for what we do, it just fills your heart, you know. It's just a blessing that we're able to give to these ladies.
Out of tragedy, this car club was born.
My mother passed away in 2017 of ovarian cancer, and I felt I needed to do something to, in her memory.
The Vintage Ladies Car Club is her legacy, supporting women who are fighting cancer like her mother was. From the start, Pat's vintage car helped draw a lot of attention to the good cause, and it's only grown from there. This car club started 3 years ago, but already they've hosted 13 fundraisers and they've raised $100,000 for women suffering from cancer.
Selling plates of food, bakery stuff. We have raffles, we have 50-50, and then people just usually just come by, and just donate and drop money in the bucket. I'm just really honored to do this.
100% of our fundraisers that we do go to these ladies, and it's totally for them, and we're just so blessed to be able to help them and have a lot of support from other club members.
We love our cars, and we love low riding, but it's a lot better when you can help somebody else along the way, and that's what we do.
Paying it forward on 4 wheels. Teresa Gonzalez owns this 1963 Impala Supersport convertible.
Well, it has a 327 in it, has a 2-speed power glide. I try to keep it as original as possible. I am proud to be a Hispanic woman. My dad taught me from a young age to work hard and in the garage with him, and that's where I learned about cars, the mechanics of it. We as women cut ourselves short when it comes to cars. I think we all need to learn a little bit more of the car that we drive.
My car is a 47 right there, a Fleet Master. I put it together maybe like 20 years ago. I love driving it. It makes me feel like men can't always have the old cars, you know. Ladies, rules, you know. We have bombs too, you know. And I just like my car. I love my car. I love driving it. And I'm little, but my car's big, but it's my car.
Every event I have, I'm very proud. I know my mom's proud. It really makes me feel really good.
Down at Goss's garage, Pat knows how to fix just about anything, and that includes that old RV you just found on Craigslist.
Vintage camping trailers have become very popular these days. Now, you can find them most any place. You can look for them on the internet, or you might just stumble onto one sitting beside a hunting camp or who knows where. But once you buy it, well, then there are some things that you have to do. Number one is that you have to make sure that everything that supports and rolls on that vehicle is in good condition. You've all seen these trailers out beside the road, boats and camping trailers and you name it, minus a wheel. Why are they minus a wheel? Well, could be because the axle rusted like this one did, and of course the wheel came loose on this trailer. Or it could be just a bad bearing because you didn't lubricate it, which you have to do on a regular basis. And even if you don't use it, you still have to lubricate those bearings because moisture gets in there. Other things that are safety related, of course, are the safety chains. They sometimes drag on the pavement. They'll wear thin in spots, so you have to replace them, or they'll get really seriously rusty and they have to be replaced. The tires travel at a much higher speed because they're smaller. So if you're doing 60 miles an hour, the smaller tire might be doing 80 or 90, so it builds up heat, and that heat is what leads to blowouts. Make sure you check all of the wood on your trailer, because roof leaks and things like that, check the inside. Roof leaks are very common. Rot on the floor is common. So check all of the wood to make sure it's in good condition, or if it isn't, that you are going to be capable of replacing it and making things right. You'll probably have to update the lighting. That means to go to LED. LED is brighter, it works better, it lasts longer. Costs a little bit more, but well worth it. Then you have two types of wiring on a trailer. That is that you have household wiring, 110, 120 volt, plus you have 12 volt wiring. Make sure you use the proper connectors and fittings and everything. This is 12 volt. These wire nuts that so many of you like to use on the 12 volt, don't do it. That's not what they're designed for. The connector that goes between the vehicle and the trailer, well, it has terminals in it. Those terminals should be coated with dielectric grease. Keep them that way all the time to help prevent against corrosion. Do it all right and you'll have a lot of fun with your vintage camper. And if you have a question or a comment, drop me a line right here at Motor Week.
After driving a car for the first time, we just can't wait to tell you all about it. So here's another quick spin. The 2022 Ford Maverick marks the return of the smaller sport truck at Ford. And by smaller, we mean just a hair shorter than the old compact body-on-frame Ranger that went away in 2011. But this time around, it's on the Escape's unibody platform, wrapped in a fun crew cab, four-door only body style that looks capable, rugged, and cute. The unique interior with its ice cooler-esque door panels, huge water bottle holders, chunky grab handles, strong dash lines, durable seating materials, and decent storage are well matched to the active lifestyle set. On the outside, the smartly designed, fairly deep, if short, 4.5-foot cargo box can haul an impressive 1,500-pound payload.
I've got 1,000 pounds of mulch in this one right now. And you can definitely feel the squat from the rear, but the steering doesn't lighten up. This is the base engine, the hybrid with the CVT, and it does an excellent job of holding the vehicle on downgrades and slopes. It's pretty incredible that such a small engine and a CVT trans manages 1,000 pounds so easily.
It also handles loads you wouldn't think possible, like full sheets of plywood, by easily relocating the straps to change tailgate angle. There are pockets for 2x4 and 2x6 dividers, plenty of tie downs, and even a couple that double as bottle openers. Maverick can tow too. Standard rating is 2,000 pounds with the base front drive 191 horsepower 2.5-liter hybrid CVT, or up to 4,000 pounds with the 4K tow package and the 250 horsepower 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which can add optional all-wheel drive. We towed a 1,600-pound trailer with a front drive XLT hybrid and quickly discovered how much regenerative braking helps on steep downgrades. Plus, that hybrid comes with a 42 miles per gallon city rating too, 37 combined. 2022 Ford Mavericks are available now with a starting price of just under $20,000. We were glad to see the return of the Land Rover Defender last year, and even happier to be taking a quick spin in the two-door version, a 2021 Land Rover Defender 90. Its shortened wheelbase helps it look even more rugged, aided by the spare tire mounted on the curbside opening rear door. Hardtop only here, but a huge fabric roof is available to allow plenty of the outside in. First edition 90s include that roof, as well as special green paint, all-terrain tires, heated seats, and even a refrigerated center console. Of course, there's standard all-wheel drive and abundant wizardry to make off-roading stress-free. Ride height adjust, comprehensive drive modes, even low range. There's also a trio of engines to choose from. And you know it means good things when the base unit is a 296 horsepower Turbo 4. On the top end is a 518 horsepower supercharged V8, with this 3-liter Turbo 6 in between outputting 395 horsepower. A capable and cool interior too, with seating for up to 6 thanks to an available middle seat up front. There's a widescreen digital gauge display with the ability to put navigation front and center. The 2021 Land Rover Defender 90s are in dealerships now, with prices starting around $47,000. And we'll have more quick spins soon. Time to go inside for Lauren Morrison and all the latest motor news.
We've seen some very successful new vehicle launches this year, and it turns out new owners are more excited than ever to get behind the wheel of the newest of the new. J.D. Power talked with over 110,000 new vehicle owners for their 2021 U.S. Automotive Performance, Execution, and Layout Study, known as APPEALS. Now in its 26th year, APPEALS measures owners' emotional attachment and level of excitement with their new vehicles. Owners consider 37 attributes, ranging from the sense of comfort they feel when climbing into the driver's seat to the exhilaration they get when they step on the accelerator. When it comes to mass market brands, Dodge came out on top with a score of 882 out of 1,000, actually tying Porsche, which was the highest ranked premium brand. Electric vehicle startup Lucid is leaving range anxiety in the dust with their new EPA rating. At 520 miles of range, the Lucid Air Dream Edition R is now the longest range electric vehicle ever rated by the Environmental Protection Agency. With that rating, it delivers over 100 miles of additional range over its closest competitor. Not only is Volvo aiming to be all electric, they're going leather-free too. Starting with the new C40 Recharge, all new fully electric Volvo models will be completely leather-free. By 2025, Volvo is shooting for 25% of the material in their new cars to be recycled or bio-based content, such as forestry byproducts, recycled corks, and plastic bottles. The company says this move is driven by a concern about the negative environmental impacts of cattle farming, including deforestation. Now, for even more daily news updates and complete road test, click on the search tab on the Motor Week website. Also, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and find us on YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest. And that does it for this week's Motor News.
We talk a lot about all-electric cars as the wave of the future, but a lot of folks just want to get the most miles out of a gallon of gas today. And that's where the tried and true gas-electric hybrid technology comes in. Hyundai is no stranger to hybrids and now has one for the fast-growing mid-size utility segment with the Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. The fourth-generation Hyundai Santa Fe arrived just 2 years ago, bringing a more rugged shape, improved technology, and of course, better value than ever. For 2021, Hyundai adds a hybrid option for the first time ever for any of their SUVs. Based around a 178 horsepower 1.6-liter turbo 4, the Santa Fe Hybrid gets a unique 6-speed automatic transmission and standard all-wheel drive. Then a small 13-kilowatt starter generator and a larger 44-kilowatt drive motor are added into the mix for a total output of 226 horsepower. Like most modern hybrids, it's basically imperceptible that you're driving a hybrid, and it seems much quieter in operation than the non-hybrid Santa Fe. And that's not all that's new, as in addition to the hybrid powertrain, all 21 Santa Fe's are significantly updated inside and out. Still 5-passenger only, but there is a new front end featuring the Palisade's big, bold grille. In fact, all of the changes, both up front and in back, favor the Santa Fe's larger sibling. Even more so inside. Hyundai exquisitely upgrading the things you touch and see the most. There's even more here that reminds you of the Palisade. The high-rising center console with electronic gear selector, dash-top 10-inch infotainment screen, and 12-inch digital gauge cluster. All of the added hybrid mechanicals are smartly packaged so there's no loss of cargo space. Still 36.4 cubic feet in the cargo area, expanding to 72.1 with rear seatbacks folded. Now, there are a few hybrids that have a performance bent to them. Not so much here. This one is all about fuel economy. Though unlike some competitors, Hyundai's H-Track all-wheel drive system is a full mechanical system, rather than relying on electric motors to power the rear wheels. Smart Drive mode prioritizes fuel economy, only sending as much as 20% of the power rearward, while Sport mode allows for as much as 50%. Government fuel economy ratings are 33 city, 30 highway, and 32 combined. We hyper-miled our way to 34.6 miles per gallon of regular. That's a much better than average energy impact score, using just 10.3 barrels of oil yearly with CO2 emissions of 4.7 tons. So we weren't expecting a whole lot at our test track, but it actually jumped off the line with respectable haste, thanks to the all-wheel drive grip and battery assistance. Though things settled down just as quickly, and it's a slower stroll to 60 of 8.5 seconds. The relaxed pace is matched by a quiet cabin and smooth, unhurried shifts from the transmission. But the lack of CVT engine drone is a real bonus. Quarter mile completed in 16.4 seconds at 88 miles per hour. With the Santa Fe not at all posing as a performance utility, we weren't surprised by the amount of body roll through our cone course. But we were surprised at how much fun it was, thanks to a very predictable, easy-to-control nature and heavy steering feel. Available in most the same trims as the non-hybrid as well as a unique one, Santa Fe hybrid pricing starts at $34,835. Those looking for even more battery assistance will be happy to know a plug-in hybrid is also available now in limited markets. Hyundai is quietly becoming a leader in hybrid vehicles. But besides that, the 2021 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid is just a fantastic vehicle overall, and one that will take you farther on a tank of gas than any Hyundai SUV before it. Well, that's our show. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, for more Motor Week, including daily news updates, podcasts, and even complete episodes, cruise on over to pbs.org/motorweek. And I hope you'll join us next time when it's back to a rugged future with the all-new Ford Bronco. Then we'll test a Subaru Outback that's even more Outbackier. Pat Goss hitches up to more great car care advice. Stephanie Hart hops aboard a bus trip through history. Plus long-term updates and a new quick spin. Till then, I'm John Davis. We'll see you right here on Motor Week.
To learn more about Motor Week, television's original automotive magazine, visit pbs.org/motorweek. To order a DVD of this program, call 1-800-873-6154. Motor Week has been brought to you by...
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has helped people tackle mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial fields. From our original 4-core products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, Lucas Oil has developed over 400 custom products to help both professionals and do-it-yourselfers. To learn more, visit lucasoil.com. Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive.
You're shopping for tires online and you have questions.
I do.
We're TireRack.com and we have answers and tools to help.
Like our tire decision guide. It's, take a look.
TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
This program was produced by Maryland Public Television, which is solely responsible for its content.
You're watching PBS.